In a mere 15 minutes, the world's financial heart shuddered violently. Market giants quaked as chaos reigned, leaving everyone grasping for answers. What in the world is happening? One voice shouted over the clamor. I don't know, came the desperate reply. There's fear. This is full-blown capitulation. On May 6, 2010, without any warning, the mighty US stock and futures markets crumbled. Traders were stunned, disbelief washing over them like a cold wave.
In a very big way, what began as a national problem in Greece has quickly metastasized.
Down 400 very quickly, and then down 800, nearly 1,000 in a heartbeat.
I mean, it is classic capitulation.
There are some people who are proposing there was some kind of fat finger error.
It can't be right, someone muttered. That's not a real price. But it was. The flash crash struck, slashing $1 trillion from the value of American companies in a brutal 5-minute frenzy. It was as if the markets had plummeted down a runaway elevator, out of control, unstoppable. For 5 agonizing years, authorities scrambled to unravel the mystery of that day, seeking the shadowy figure behind the mayhem. At last, their search led to an unassuming British trader, Navinder Sarao, the man the world would come to know as the Hound of Hounslow. Accused of manipulating the market, US regulators claimed Sarao had pocketed $40 million from his schemes. He was painted as the arch criminal, a mastermind lurking in the shadows. But when they finally tracked him down, what they found was a man far removed from the villain they imagined. In a modest working-class neighborhood, miles from London's gleaming financial district, they discovered the unlikely perpetrator.
Ridiculous to say that this guy in this house in the suburbs in England
took down the market?
It's ridiculous.
You know, if he really did, as the U.S. prosecutors allege, make $40 million, 3 people have now said to me, well, then why the heck is he still living on our street?
It was hard to believe that one man, a lone trader working from a suburban house, could have brought the market to its knees. Ridiculous, skeptics declared. This guy in this house, he took down the market? It's absurd. If he had really made $40 million, why was he still living on their street? They wondered. Was he a crafty cheat who bent the markets to his will, or was he a genius, a street-smart kid who decided to flip off the establishment and succeeded in doing so? Perhaps in some twisted way, everyone could relate to that rebellious spirit. Sarao's story is the stuff of legend, a regular kid from a working-class neighborhood. Sarao was quick-witted, with a gift for numbers and a temper to match. After university, he stumbled upon an ad in the Evening Standard. Wanted future traders must work well under pressure. It wasn't exactly the traditional path to a banking career, but it led him into the high-stakes world of trading. He honed his skills at a small firm, working among Europe's best traders. The job was simple: eat what you kill. You made your money by being better, faster, and smarter than the next guy, and Sarao excelled. But it wasn't the money that drove him. He kept his wealth a secret, refusing to spend it or flaunt it, living modestly while his profit soared. Yet something gnawed at him. He was being outpaced by high-frequency traders, algorithms that could outthink and outmaneuver him in a heartbeat. These robots were eating into his profits and it drove him mad. So he fought back. Sarao decided to build his own algorithm, one that would turn the tables on the high-frequency traders. And it worked brilliantly. From his bedroom in Hounslow, he nudged and manipulated the world's second-largest futures market, raking in millions. But on that fateful day in May, the game changed. The market was already volatile. Fear rippling through the trading floors, Sarao's algorithm kicked in, sending waves of sell orders into the market. Then at 1:40 p.m., he abruptly shut it off. His day's work done. But the damage was already done. The market plummeted, losing $1 trillion in value in mere minutes. The flash crash was born. The investigation that followed was exhaustive, but for months, Sarao remained a ghost, his actions unnoticed by regulators. It wasn't until a fellow trader in Chicago noticed the odd patterns in the orders on the day of the crash that the puzzle pieces started to come together. In 2015, the hammer finally fell. Sarao was arrested in a dawn raid, his fate seemingly sealed. The man who had outsmarted the market was led away in handcuffs from the very house he had always called home.
Pretty hard for people in this neighborhood to get their head around. This is a real working class neighborhood.
Excuse me, sir, is the family making any comment today?
I'm really surprised, I mean, I've lived here all my life, and I know a lot of the neighbours around here, everyone gets on,
Very, very nice family. His dad, not feeling well from quite a lot.
The US prosecutors charged him with 22 criminal counts, threatening to bury him under 380 years of potential prison time. But as the case unfolded, a different picture of Sarao emerged. He wasn't a greedy tycoon, but a solitary genius, a man more interested in the game than the spoils. Diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, his actions began to make sense in a new light. Ultimately, Sarao struck a deal with authorities, pleading guilty in exchange for leniency. The man who had once played the markets like a maestro was sentenced to house arrest, a fitting end for a trader who had always worked from the confines of his own home. As the world locked down in the grip of a pandemic, Sarao's sentence became a mere technicality. In the end, the billions he had made were gone, lost to bad investments and conmen. But for Sarao, it didn't seem to matter. The money had never been the point. He continued to live as he always had, cycling through Hounslow, playing football with his friends, and grabbing a filet-o-fish from McDonald's. The markets may have crashed, but his world, in the end, remained much the same.